the hell you going from 100 and something or 90, whatever it was, to a top 15 defense when your linebacker core is thin? You just had to move a freshman wide receiver to linebacker.
You know what? For a Zimmer, you know a lot about the Hurricanes. You do a lot of research.
No, it's not even research. Real talk. All jokes aside, me, 2 Hurricane fans, and a Gator fan, we have a little Facebook chat group that we all chat and go back and forth with year-round. At least like good friends of mine, not even internet friends, like real friends of mine. So we talk.
Tell them to call in the show. Why don't you tell them to call?
Well, they've listened. They've listened. I don't know if they're listening now.
All right, but let me tell you why this defense is going to be better. We got Michael Weiss in the middle. We got Chad Thomas coming in.
Stop. Is that the big boy who's out of shape that even D'Onofrio and Golden, nobody, they're saying he just got to get in shape?
He's already 350. He's almost 10 pounds there. He's going to be there.
We
got Kamalu. We got Kamalu. We got my boy.
Hold on. You just naming names. Let's go back. We're going to take these point by, but you said we had some time, so we're going to talk about this.
Man,
so just because the dude is 340 as opposed to 350 doesn't mean he's in shape. Let's start right there.
Well, all he's got to do is stuff the middle. I mean, that's what we need. That's what we haven't had for this 3-4 bullcrap defense that I hate. I want to go back to the 4-3, but they want to run this 3-4 multiple shit.
But you're screaming top 15.
Oh, yeah,
I am. Of course.
Okay, so why? I mean, I need some. You're naming names.
I'm telling you why. Chicolo is coming to his own. We got a lot. We're a more experienced defense now. You know, and I think we're going to step up, and we're gonna do what we got to do. We're going to take care of business this year.
So, but again, only thing you did, you haven't told me anything schematically. You told me you got a fat man in the middle.
Schematically,
and
we got guys that are more experienced that made mistakes in the past, like our secondary in the last 2 years. They've been blaming the players. Our safeties last year were terrible. I mean, go back to the Benjamin. Was it a Benjamin that made that catch? He's Miami, Florida State when. I'm not going to say his name, but his dad was a player. I mean, how do you miss that ball? I mean, we have better players. They understand the system better, and it's going to make a difference. I mean, everywhere Golden's been, I will give him this.
Do you have the same defensive coordinator?
Yeah, but if you go back and look at their track record.
No, we're not talking about Temple. Please do not
look at their track record at Temple. Look at Golden's track record at Virginia.
Okay.
This is when he makes the big push in defense. The year 4, and this is it. This is when he makes the push. This is where I'm putting my money on Golden this year.
You know what? I listened in. I caught the first few minutes of the show that I had to run, and I just got back home. I think Golden is the one that broke into your house and stole your shit because he got you believing everything. He done stole your. He done stole your common sense. He done stole your fandom. He done sold you another lemon. If you believe. You're talking about year 3 or 4 at Virginia. You are the one who has said for repeatedly last year and the year before that.
I said it. I'll agree. And I also said that this year right here for me is where I'm judging Golden. Like this is it. There's no excuses. I don't care about quarterback. I don't care about nothing. There is no excuses. We have more talent than 11 out of 12 teams on our schedule, and there's no excuses.
You said the same thing last year.
And you know what? Exactly, but
okay. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Okay, so you have more talent than 11 out of 12 teams. How many coaching staffs on your schedule are better than Miami's coaching staff?
I'll say 3 of them.
So Miami has the second in talent and 4th in coaching, is what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking.
To be honest, I would put Duke's coaching staff, talent for talent. I mean, up there with anybody because what Cutcliffe is doing with that little bit of talent, even to hang in with the game against Florida State last year in the first half with that talent at Duke, I mean, he's up there, man. Cutcliffe is up there. Why Tennessee hasn't hired him is out of my mind.
No, you get no argument from me. Cutcliffe does a hell of a job. That was a legitimate question because I think it was Aslan or I don't remember, but I think they ranked the coaching staff like 8th in the ACC. So
I don't believe that because Virginia's coaching staff is terrible.
Well, you know, 14
know.
teams, so.
I don't know about Syracuse. I mean, but to be honest, the ones I would put above, I have to go Beamer because what he's done, even though he's doing a bodybuilding right now and going downhill, he's getting older. His body of work the last 20 years, however long it's been, speaks for itself.
Hey,
I'll have to put Jimbo and I have to put Duke in front of us.
Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. You have a podcast, correct?
Yep.
Hey, why don't we call you? I mean, how do we get a hold of this podcast? Well, what's this podcast? Y'all go Sundays? Like, what's going on with your podcast?
Yeah, we go Sunday, but we don't. We just record. We pre-record and then edit and put it up.
Oh, so
why don't you join Two Loco Radio and why don't you go live?
Yeah,
we used to go live in the beginning. Is the only problem with us is because we both live in two separate cities, and then B, we don't necessarily record at a set time, and we just kind of we know we record on Sundays. Some days is in the morning. I mean, some Sundays is in the morning. Some Sundays is in the evening. So I wouldn't want. That's why we stopped doing the live show.
Well, I mean, you need to hit up Ray. Ray, where you at? I mean, we got Tennessee, we got Georgia, we got Miami. I mean, you can get around here on Two Loco, and man, we can call in and we can give you shit. I mean, we got a lot of Florida State callers calling in today already.
Yeah,
you got a good point there.
An FSU podcast on Two Local Radio. It'd be.
It would, because it would be. You know why it would be great? Because it would be a competition. Because we own Florida State. They are our bitch, and that's how it is.
Right. So, when's the last time Miami beat Florida State?
What's the total overall record? Who has more
national
titles?
Again, this isn't the History Channel. This is the Right Now channel.
Don't give me the History Channel.
This isn't the History Channel. That's always it's the 5 is better than 3.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How old are you?
Oh, I'm 35.
I'm 32. So, okay, 30 years, who's won more titles? Yeah, you already know. In our lifetime, my team won more than yours. So my team is better than yours, right?
That's still the History Channel. That's still the History Channel. Miami capitalized on a set period of time from
really?
What was it, 87?
Okay. Hold on. Now y'all went to what? 3 national titles in a row and only won 1. Y'all like the Buffalo Bills of the college football.
Now, if you go, but we were trying to avoid talking about Florida State. But if you want to,
I'll talk about it. I don't care. We're going to beat them this year.
First national championship, we had to go into the national championship game without Chris Winkie. He hurt his neck. We beat Florida, but then had to play the national championship game.
Okay, I think we got a phone call. Denasdee Radio.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I was just listening to your call.
Oh, here he is. It's the man back. The man of knowledge, we call you.
Yeah.
Far from it. This is just a fan of the game. Is that Florida State guy still on?
Yes,
I'm right here.
Tell him.
Okay. I'll answer your question that you wanted to know why Miami would have the second best defense in the ACC this year.
No, he said top 15 in the nation.
Okay.
I said second ACC too.
Hold on. Listen. Okay. All right. I'll go piece by piece. Top 15 and second in the nation. I'll tell you why. And I'm not going to go back to Temple. I'm not going to go back to anything like that. One, this is a money year. This is a money year for Denzel Perriman. This is the year he plays himself up into the second round or possibly first round. Second, this is a money year for Tracy Howard. Okay, if he wants to come out early, he has to play this year. This is a money year for Chickalo. This is his last year. So he's lost weight, he's trimmed up. Okay, as far as Weiss goes, look, Weiss is not ready now, fine. He's out of shape, but best believe by the time when it's FSU time, he will be in shape. And the teams that we played before you, he wasn't going to play that much anyway because they're all spread teams, except for Georgia Tech. So we don't need the beef. What we need is speed. Now, you say you're a man of research. Okay. I'm going to tell you what Al Golden and D'Onofrio are going to do. Because, again, this is a money year for both of them. Because if Al doesn't do well this year, he has to fire his best friend who's been running that he's been running for the past 10 years. And if he has to fire him, you know what that also that also is a condemnation of his own coaching defense. So you know what he's going to have to do then? Scrap everything he's known and been preaching for the last 10 years and bring in someone new to teach him their defense. And Al is an egotistical guy who feels he's the smartest guy in the room. Oftentimes he is. Does that translate to being a good teacher? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But in this particular case, they are both coaching for their friendship and their lives. D'Onofrio was Al Golden's best man in his wedding. He was his roommate in college. These guys are ride or die. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to change up their scheme even if they have to swallow their pride slightly. And that's why this summer they spend time with who was the coach from Rutgers and went to Tampa Bay?
Schiano.
Greg Schiano.
Greg Schiano spent a week with these guys. Greg Schiano has been a defensive genius, over the years. Now, are they going to simplify things? Yes. Are they going to run more 3-3-5 and bring in a nickel to get more speed on the field? Absolutely. You mentioned they moved a freshman over to linebacker. He's there for the third or fourth string. They're just testing that out. He's not going to see the field, so that's a moot point. Now, if you want to talk about people who transferred, let's talk about Walter Tucker. He holds the nation's record for the 110-meter hurdle. He will run down any FSU person except for Kermit. Outside of Kermit, he will run down anyone you guys have, no problem. Let's talk about the next one. You got Jeremy Grace. He's a freshman coming in. Trust me, try and outrun him, see what happens, side to side. Now,
but this is a football game, not a track meet.
Are you looking at that? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Can I retort to your point, please?
Go ahead.
Okay, when your original points, you named 4 players on the defense who are in their quote unquote money year. Mm-hmm. There's 7 other positions on the field first and foremost, and just because Chicolo has lost weight does not mean he's going to be a better player. Denzel Perryman is a beast. I like watching him play as a fan, regardless of what jersey he puts on. Tracy Howard, I'm up and down on him, but I typically like him. I don't think he's a lot to leave early, regardless of what type of season he has. That's just my personal opinion off of watching limited film or limited games, I should say. As far as the D'Onofrio Al Golden thing and spending time with Schiano, spending a week looking at a whiteboard, coming up or talking about defensive strategy is not the same as implementing that on game day. And as with anything else, when you get in the fire, you go back to what's comfortable, not necessarily what you've learned. They haven't tried this new stuff in a game yet, and I doubt very seriously that they're really putting it completely to the test in practice, because all of your practices, I think most of your practices, if not all of them, have been open thus far. So I doubt very seriously they're going to show those kind of new wrinkles in practice for the general public, reporters, whoever, to see some stuff. Maybe once they close the ranks and as they actually start game planning for Louisville, maybe then will some of that new stuff come into effect. But to then say that they know how to call it, when to call it, how to coach it, how to teach it, whatever the case may be, that remains to be seen. Because the one thing, just put the homerism aside, put my fandom aside, the one thing that has always pissed me off when it comes to Miami fans, when they talk about the defense and they talk about how young the kids are. Mm-hmm. I see kids all over the country.
Oh yeah, I'll never say. I'm agreeing with you about the age thing. I don't agree with hiding behind age either, because there's freshmen All-American out there that are killing people.
All over the country. So it comes back, for me, it always comes back to a coach's ability to teach. So it makes me wonder: is Al Golden and D'Onofrio, if they haven't been good enough teachers to teach their players their scheme that they've been in for years as freshmen and sophomores, and they're hiding behind youth as that excuse, well, then how are they going to be competent enough and good enough to teach some new wrinkles and new schemes they may have learned from Schiano?
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
In 1 year, 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can change your style